it's me. As always, just here in my motel room. It's a little hot outside today. With the Humidex, it's about 41 out, so that's pretty nasty. So I'm just going to be bringing you a view of the world from in here, my motel room. We're going to look at my laundering system, as well as some cooking utensils and supplies, and I'm also going to show you how I make what I eat. So, it should be fun. This is what my laundry ends up looking like after I've wrung it out and rolled it up in a towel. I've got a bunch of shirts on the line here today. Figured I'd spare you guys seeing my unmentionables. Nobody needs to. Anyway, I do this because the motel I'm in doesn't have a laundry service, and apparently there is no such thing as a laundromat here in Korea. This is my vegetable bowl, which was misprinted as Vegefable bowl. The F was in place of the T on the label. I'm going to be posting that to my photo bucket album. You'll be able to see it on nemit.ca. Next, we've got my frying pan. Lovely little frying pan. Does everything I need for the most part. I'll get to what it can't do in a moment. We've got my spatula for all my spatulatic needs. And there's my plate. Just bring that a little closer to show you. It's pretty simple. It has a raised edge and a flat bottom, very versatile. Always handy when you want one dish that gives you a lot of options. And there's my big pan. Nice and deep, good for boiling pasta and whatnot. Now these are the herbs and spices that I currently use to cook with. So we're starting off with the onion salt. Very handy. Made my bacon actually taste like bacon. Next we have a tin of ginger. Found that yesterday. I was very happy to find that. The stock at the big department stores isn't always consistent. Next we have curry powder. This stuff is a godsend. Lots and lots of flavor in that. Big thing of dried parsley. Always handy to sprinkle over top of something. And finally the mysterious delicious mix. I don't know what it is. I also don't care. It's delicious. And it's a mix of some sort. I think I can definitely taste black pepper in it. I think there's also, I don't know, some onion or garlic. It's really good. Hey, welcome to the cooking portion of the show. I'm going to show you how to make my ground pork curry mix thing. Don't really have a real name for it yet, but it's pretty good. So I've already started by putting some breadcrumbs and some ginger. These are the breadcrumbs I use, by the way, Dongwon. Put the ginger and the breadcrumbs into this plastic bag, so I'm going to mix them up. Looks to be mixed. So then I'm going to add a little bit of onion salt for flavor. I couldn't understand exactly what the regular salt was at the grocery store. So I just decided to get the stuff that was clearly marked onion salt because it's probably going to be pretty darn useful anyway. Next, the delicious black pepper and whatever else mix. This stuff's pretty potent. Just getting a whiff of it here, it's really, really pleasant. You can tell that it's almost like the black pepper was ground directly into the bag. before I mix all this up, I'm going to add some curry powder too. I think I went a little overboard yesterday when I made this. I should probably pick up some measuring spoons sometime soon. Sprinkling a bit of that in there. Give that great sort of rusty orange-brown color that so much Indian food has. So I'm going to shake it up. All mixed together. It's pretty well mixed, I'd say. All more or less the same. I think I am going to forego the parsley today, but I'm going to add some parm. Hey, I'm back from my tiny fridge with the ingredients I needed from it. So, like I said, parm, just plain old Kraft Parmesan cheese, 227 grams. Pretty expensive over here. I never really paid attention to how much it is at home. But here it costs about 11,000 won. So fairly expensive, but anyone that has ever had Parmesan cheese can tell you, worth it. So I'm just going to dump a fair bit in there. A little more. It's a little stuck. Now it's not. That should got a big lump in there. So let me mix that up. Give that big lump a bit of squeeze, make sure it gets mixed in there. Gotta make sure not to put too much pressure on the bag, because then it'll rupture, and then all your wonderful smelling, delicious, oh yeah, dry ingredients will come right out. So, now it's time to add the pork. I'm going to add this one. It's the smaller of the two, I believe. Yep, it's definitely the smaller one. I'm going to want a bigger meal tomorrow after work. So, what I do is I generally just peel this back. And it's not any special technique or anything, it's pretty much the same thing I do at home, except all of the containers here are made out of cardboard. Recycled, it seems. Well, at least from E-Mart, as opposed to the usual styrofoam or plastic trays that we're used to in Canada. So, just slip that inside the bag and push it till it falls out, or I can break chunks off of it without actually having to touch it. This can sometimes take a couple of minutes. There we go. That's most of it. And there's the rest. So I'm just going to take a break here, toss this in the garbage inside of another plastic bag, and wash my hands. I need to mix this up. Just washed my hands. So, I'm just going to roll it around a bit, make sure everything gets nicely coated before we start squishing it up. So now everything that's in here is a little coated, but of course we know there's always a lot of moisture in ground meat. So, start squeezing it together, mashing the fingers through it. This is great. It can be sort of therapeutic. But if you want to eat fast, then it's not. You just